Everyone, today we are going to go through the very basic technique which is a reverse shell, and this will help you in understanding how the attackers of today get access into the remote systems. It's a very basic technique but a very effective one, and we will also see a live demo for the this session, which will be based on a Kali Linux. So the basic requirement for this activity will be a Kali VM box. You can install it on a virtual box on your laptop, and you can download it. It's openly available. And then you need a small server which you can make on any Ubuntu machine with WordPress installed. It is also an open source, so you can do that as well. And then you have to have some basic knowledge of Linux operating system, like some basic commands of running nmap or any other tools. So let's jump into action. So as you can see, I have a Kali box out here. So on the Kali box, what I'm first trying to do is I'll try to see what's the IP address, and as I can see, the IP address is 10.02.15. So as an attacker, suppose I landed upon a machine which has this IP address. So I need to find out who my neighbors are, and that neighbors, if you want to find out, a very basic example would be to run an nmap. When you run an nmap for that subnet, which is /24, which I got from ifconfig, I have seen that there are a couple of hosts which are alive, and then there are services which are running on them. So nmap actually tells you about all this information, and it's very easy to use and gives out a lot of information out here. So next what I do is that when I see that there is a host which is up, which is called 10.02.4, as you can see out here, and it has an HTTP service active on it. So what I do is I try to do a directory search. So this is also kind of an nmap, but on an application level. So here what I see that WordPress is installed on this server. So when I have an HTTP along with WordPress, so the next action would be to basically and then of course, yes, if you can see here, you also see that there is a PHP module as well, which is running on the Ubuntu server. So very handy tool, and you can very easily get this information from Netco. Next, I just try to log into WordPress, and when I log into WordPress, I see that there is a login, and as most of the people don't keep complex passwords, so for this demo purpose I assume that the password would be the most common one which people use, and I am using it as admin. Anyways, you can brute force the passwords through a number of ways, which I'll cover up as part of my next lesson. So what I'm doing right now is I'm checking that there is a plugin out here on this website. So what I'm doing is that I'm trying to see if I can upload a very basic reverse shell which creates a connection between that server and my Kali box. So I see that there is an upload option. So next what I do is I have seen that there is a PHP module out here, and then what I do is I create a very basic PHP reverse shell, and the command to do it is mentioned out here, and some of the annotations up here. This is a very basic reverse shell command, which is like exec, and then you give your bin/bash, and then you mention that it will create a bash prompt for you, and the IP to which it is listening is this CaliBox IP over port 443, and this is the command which opens a reverse shell on the remote machine. Now what I do is I will try to upload it on WordPress, and it accepts a zip file. So what I do is I convert this PHP into a zip file, and then what I do is I will upload it here. As you can see now that it is giving me an option to activate the plugin. As soon as I activate the plugin, the reverse shell is created. And how do I check that? I use a command which is called as nc netcat, and I give LVP as an option, and then I listen on port 443 which I have connected. So it is a privileged command, so I need to give sudo. Now if you see, I'm listening on port 443 on this machine, and the reverse shell there is actually waiting for someone to grab that connection. So what now happens is that it will try to connect to the remote machine, and there you go, it has connected. As you can see out here, the reverse shell has worked, and I have got a connection to 10.02.4. and what I next do is, since I'm aware of the directory modules, so I know that the config files would be at a place called /var/www/upload. So when I navigate to that, I see that there is a config.php, and I try to access it, and there you go, we have hit the jackpot. We have got the root password, and then once I get the root password, just a matter of minutes before I can get access to that server. I just do a SSH with root. I try to use that password, which is currently the database one, and I try to give the password. There you go. And this brings us to the end of this chapter. Hope to see you in the next chapter, and I hope this was interesting and will be useful to you in understanding the way attackers craft these very basic yet very effective kind of attacks. Thank you.